Hello, welcome to my oxygen not included tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to make a bathroom. So, first I want to talk about the setup I have here. This is not a survival setup currently. You can see I have dev gas, dev water, dev power. This is a base, though, that is I'm going to be using to demonstrate a few different builds. So this one, we're going to do a bathroom. So to build a bathroom, we need a small amount of raw mineral. For this, I'm going to use sandstones. Since this is going to be an early game build, you're probably going to want to use your starting biome raw mineral. And a small amount of common metal ore. I'm going to use copper in this case. Again, early game, you're going to want to use whatever your starting metal ore is. And then we're going to be we need some sand for filtration medium. So first step, we're going to gather all this. All right. So we're also going to need two 18 by 4 rooms. This is the standard room size I use for as much as I can in this game. And we're also going to need some water. We have plenty of water here. So first we're going to build the outer buildings. Pretty straightforward. We want 4 sinks and 4 lavatories. Then we want some doors for that. That's our top bit. This is the main lavatory we're building. Underneath, we're going to have the processing for that. So for that, we want the following. Wall here. Then we want 2 storage bins. A lip here. Bottle emptier, facing the storage bins. Then we're going to want a pump, liquid pump, another lip, a bottle emptier facing the liquid pump. Then we want a liquid tank. After that, we're going to build our water sieve. Now the water sieve you can flip. Water sieve, refinement, you can flip the water sieve. It's a bit convenient to have the output going straight into the tank. In this case, we can do that with this flipped in this direction. If you're building it on the other side, you might need to build things a bit differently, but in this case, we're going to do that. Finally, we want 2 sinks leading out. Then we want another door. So this door is just for access control, so you can control which the duplicants that go in and out of here. So now we're going to have this built. Pretty straightforward to build. No special order or anything needs to go in. And there's also room at the top for oxygen, which makes things really convenient. So step 2, what we're going to want to do is start filling this area. So we're going to want, we want each of these tiles to have around 200 kilograms to 600 kilograms of water, or so around that amount. So I'm going to start that process now. step 3, we're going to want to set the filters, and we're going to want to set the directions. So all of these sinks, we want them to face outward. So in this case, that is going to be right. This can be left. Left. No, this can be right. There we go. And then we're going to want to set these. We want subliminators for sure. And we're also going to want polluted dirt, which we do have, fortunately. Next, we're also going to want to build a liquid valve here, and I will explain that later. After that, we're going to power this. So this doesn't take very much power. If you're grabbing a dedicated line, it should be fine. This is actually done. We can disable auto bottle, and then uncheck this. Alright, now for the fun part. Now we're doing the piping, which is the most intimidating part of a bathroom build. So the water sieve, the output of the water sieve is just going to go directly into the tank. So this tank is going to contain water. It's not going to contain any polluted water. It's just going to contain water. So that output, so the water, it's going to go into all these inputs. So it's going to go like this, and then up like this, and then into all of these like this. Oh, this is the wrong way. So that's going to be the water. And then for the polluted water, in order to avoid things backing up, we need a bridge for each one, actually. That's the cleanest way to do it. So we're going to do bridge, 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 bridge. And then even here, bridge and bridge. And then we're going to build a line connecting the output of all the bridges into the water sieve. Then after that, we want to connect the output of all the stuff that's outputting polluted water to its associated bridge. So like this. And I'm also going to connect the output of the clean water, of the quote-unquote clean water, into the input of this valve. And I'm going to set the valve to a flow rate of 2,000 grams a second, so 1/5 of the regular flow rate. And the only warnings you should see now is no liquid output on the valve. Oh, wait. As I said, that should be the only warning you see. So that means I forgot something. This pump is going to be polluted water. So this needs to go into the polluted water line, like that. So now you can actually take this, and this can be polluted water. So the next step is now all the piping's hooked up. We're not seeing any piping warnings other than for this valve. So now we can bootstrap in some water, and you want to do that with a bridge, sort of. So I'm just going to put a bridge there. So when you put this bridge here, things aren't going to work very well because it's going to go both ways and confuse the direction. It's not a big deal, though. The important thing is just to get the tanks filled up so that it backs up. Once it backs up, you just want to deconstruct the bridge. And now everything should be in working order. So now that things are in working order, we can actually go and deconstruct our outhouses. So you want to deconstruct the outhouses first, and then the wash basins afterwards. And they're going to get all sorts of nonsense on their hands doing this. It's not a big deal because they're going to, you see they're going to go past the wash basins, and then later they're also going to go past these sinks. Oh, so you want to disable disinfect here, here, here for sure, then here as well. All right, now that those are deconstructed, we can deconstruct. Let's do buildings only. You can deconstruct these. You see the polluted water from the sink is going to be put in here, and that's going to go into here. It's going to be sieved and go right back around. You know what? We're not picking that up. Okay. Now we can see the new laboratories in action. And you see, this gives you the Royal Flush Achievement. So, you might notice that this reservoir is starting to fill up. This will steadily fill up because duplicants produce polluted water, kind of intrinsically. That's what this is for. We're going to use this to eventually to automatically empty this with certain circuit conditions into an electrolyzer setup. But that is going to be in a future video. Thank you very much. This is oxygen not included. This is a working bathroom setup. Some things about how this works. This is going to drop polluted dirt that has germs on it. That's why to leave here. So what they're going to do, they're going to take that, they're going to put it in here, they're going to get germs all over their fingers, and then they're going to wash their hands, and then that way you contain the germs with this setup. So I've used this setup a bunch, works really well, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thank you very much.